celebration. And it's because we're with the iconic, the prolific. Y'all gonna want to check them out. Channel 7! Woo! They got their newest single out, Motto, and y'all need to check it out. And I'm gonna pass the mic to them to give a little bit more of an intro. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm Marz. I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota. I moved to Chicago in 2021, I believe. And I met Coop.
Yeah, I'm Coop. I'm born and raised in Chicago, Inglewood, and I'm Coop.
Yay! Well, I'm so excited for us to dive in. In this episode, we're going to talk about what it means to really own your journey. But before we do that, drum roll, please. Yeah! We got the Goblin of Smile! You know, because we real, we're going to keep this in. The Goblin of Smile! So in this section, you're going to pick a fun question, and the whole point is for y'all to smile as well as for our audience. Okay, y'all ready? Okay. Pick a question, any question.
Can we pick two of them?
Yeah, you're going to do two. It's going to be a first one, okay? So go ahead.
If you could name a band, what would it be called?
Ooh.
We know what they would be called.
Okay.
We want to add a band to our group eventually.
Okay.
It probably would be like Channel 7 in the Noise, or in the Static, or the something like, channel related, something like that.
Like with like audio channels and
yeah,
everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Should I do one?
Yeah, come on, let's do another one. And for the record, I named mine Gems because, Jewel. Duh. All right, pick a question, any question.
Yeah. When was the last time you tried something for the first time?
Ooh.
At work I tried avocado.
How's avocado?
I hate avocado. I used to, but I love it now. I hate the mushiness, but it's great.
I've been trying to get him into avocado.
Really? I feel like you gotta season
I'm not a
it.
huge avocado person, but I love guacamole.
Guacamole's
you can't
good.
go wrong.
It's good.
When's the last time I tried something new for the first time? Will you help me? I don't even know.
Chicken. No, because she's a vegetarian.
I'm a vegetarian.
Respect.
I can't even think of
'Cause I love
anything. Maybe I need to try something new. We went to a new engineer the other night.
Oh yeah, we did.
She's great.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, K Sounds.
Okay, that's exciting.
So that's first time.
Yeah.
All right, let's do another one. And this will be a first because, it's Channel 7, so we got to mix it up, okay?
That's a good one.
Who would be 3 guests at your dinner table?
Oh,
That's a good one. Okay.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
I would first choose Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You go ahead. You choose.
Oh, okay.
And why, though? Why Kendrick? And now I also
let me think about mine. So you.
there we go. I'm about your time.
Kendrick Lamar because I actually found Kendrick Lamar through a Mac Miller song. We was going to a football game, and when I heard him, I was like, man, I just started going all through my sophomore year of high school. I started going all through his music. Yeah. And it just clicked, like everyday life things that he was going through. It kind of correlated with my life, and I was like, I love his music. It spoke to my soul. So yeah, I would love to sit down and talk to him and just see where his headspace is and if it's like mine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I dig it.
Well, the first person that came to my mind was Mac Miller, because I was thinking about this the other day. Actually, I was like, when I get asked that question, I'm gonna have to say him, because I don't know. Every time I hear his music, I get really sad, and not in like a horrible way, but he did pass away, so it's like
it was real though. He was telling us.
I know he's one of the few artists where it's like that really hit me when it happened. Like I was ready to go to his show. I bought merch. I was gonna go with my sister to his show, and then it was just like, whoa, like what the? Wow. It was just so random, and so I feel like I would just want to talk to him. I just want to pick his brain. Yeah.
Okay, so Mac Miller, Kendrick Lamar.
Who's the third?
Oh yeah.
Who's the third?
Probably Beyonce. She loves Beyonce.
Period. I didn't see
Beyonce. Why not?
Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like. Well, she's a queen.
That would be such a great table.
I know. Okay, you got Beyonce, Mac Miller, and Kendrick Lamar. Mm-hmm. That would be good. Yeah. All right, for me, it's interesting because there's a lot of different people. So Sarah Bond,
she is the first Black woman to be president of Xbox. So like when I think about leadership in gaming, I just would love to sit with her and understand her journey, you know? Then Issa Rae. I love Issa Rae.
I would actually do Issa Rae.
I was gonna say, right? I feel like for me, Issa Rae and Beyonce are neck and neck for who I want at the table. And that's where I'm like, honestly, once you said Beyonce, honestly, yeah.
I just want to talk to her. I just want to see. I just want to know what she's like.
Exactly.
I just want to conversate a little bit.
Literally, just have a little chit
Yeah,
chat.
just a little chit chat.
So I think, you know, our table should just like combine.
Right.
It'd be like,
Yeah,
boom.
that would be actually a great table.
It'd be a
Like,
great
I actually think
table.
about it. No, that'd be insane.
Let's make it happen. Y'all invited? Okay. Let's dive in. Yeah, so we're all about what it means to own your journey, okay? So Channel 7 also means Coop and Marz, okay? What season are you all in right now? And I mean like individually. What season is Marz in? What season is Coop in right now?
I feel like I've recentered art in my life and like how important it is to me. I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like we all kind of have our passions and our dreams when we're younger, and they kind of fizzle out as you get older, just because of life.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm, past couple years I've been centering it, but recently I've really been like, okay, what am I gonna do, and how is it gonna fulfill me, and how am I gonna be happy and stimulated and feel like I'm doing something, not even just for myself, but like for the world, for my community, for Coop, for Channel 7, like what's important to me, how can I make art my job,
like get that money.
Look, art make money, basically.
And that makes sense. What about you? What is your season right now?
Well, I'm at a point where I'm trying to just become a better person, a better individual, a better man, because that'll come through my music and my art. And just learning how to be better for myself, because I grew up around all women, so I learned different things, different aspects of being a man through women and not a man. So now I'm learning how to do that individually, and it's shaping my music different. So that's why I'm at life right now.
So I'm seeing like similarities but differences, right? One is like, okay, how do I stay and continue to find my purpose and also get financially compensated for my purpose, which is something as creative entrepreneurs, as I see y'all, have to constantly do. But then it's also like that self-improvement. How am I being a better man, right? Now, how does that look like when y'all come together? Like, how do y'all grow together? What does that even look like?
A lot of conversations, a lot of late night conversations, a lot of checking each other and as a friend, as a partner, as a musical partner, in all these different ways where it's like, how could you do better at this? How could you express yourself in this? And how could having somebody there to like witness your life, witness your career.
Yeah.
You always are gonna have that person that's like, this could have been better, or this could have. You could do more here. You can show more here. I don't know. He's my best friend, so.
And I love that. Like, you get that constant feedback, which I feel like that's the benefit of doing it together versus, like, just being alone. How are you feeling? Is it, like, the same thing where y'all get to just enjoy the feedback?
Being able to talk to a woman, but about things that a man go through, and she just understands what's going on instead of like being like, oh, that's just what men do. She kind of tackle it and say why, and why you feel that way, and what's making you feel that way, or what in your past is making you feel the way that you feel, because sometimes you feel something now that happened 10 years ago or when you were 7, or something triggers you. So instead of her just like automatically being upset about something I did, it's like, why? And you sit and think about why, and then come back to me, and then we can discuss that on a bigger level.
Yeah, because I grew up with all women too, basically, and I feel like I had a really like jaded kind of idea of what a man is. It was either like, this is exactly what a man is supposed to be, or it was just like I had no idea. So it's like, as obviously I've met Coop and I've met his friends, his family members, and I've started to be able to have my own grasp on like what a man is, like what a man is supposed to be, what a man brings to the table, and instead of just being like, you're not doing this, my mom said men do this.
Exactly.
And, it's like, oh, men are multifaceted and they are, they have their own spirits and their own personalities, their own lives and their own things going on in their brain. You can't just be like, well, you're not supposed to do that,
It's like it's like that unlearning and relearning,
exactly.
like what this person is like.
Exactly.
So how did you feel when Coop saw you and like at the open mic was like, yo, like, let's do this? Like, what was your initial feeling? Did you be like, yes, right away? Like, walk me through it. Take us in.
The whole music conversation really didn't start for a minute. It was more, we were friends for a long time.
Good.
Before we even started writing together. The first time I saw him, I came to Chicago and I was like, oh, it's going to be just so many fine men. Like, I can't wait to see these fine men. And it didn't happen. But
Look,
when I first saw him,
she got actually shout out. Take it back.
I had to do a little double take. I saw him and then I was like, oh, okay.
I'm serious.
And he pursued me, like, when we went to the back, there was, like, soup and stuff, and everybody was kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
And he came up to talk to me. We talked about thrifting and, like, all these things. And I was like, oh, he's cool, too. Like,
Yeah.
and then we got each other's information, so we started talking to each other, hanging out. Yeah.
Okay, so then when did you be like, okay, now we're going to actually work together? Because you had your own solo career, and you did, too. Like, I feel like it takes a lot of faith and trust to be like, no, I want to build with this person. Like, we friends, but like now we business partners. Like, how do y'all even balance being friends and business partners? Like, what is that like? Be honest with us.
It's cool. It's real cool because like when I'm working and stuff, I can send her things like if we're separate apart from each other, she can still tackle things from like a music perspective while I'm working, or vice versa. Like everything's always moving. Like everything's always in motion. Nothing's stopping.
Very committed to this. At this point, we're both very much like, this is what we're doing. Let's do it. Let's do our best at it. It's never like, well, you were supposed to do this, and that's why I didn't do it. It was like, I noticed you didn't do that, so I'm going to do it. So we can just keep moving forward. We can keep this going, It's never like, tick for tack, like, you didn't email the person you were supposed to email, so I'm not going to do this, It's like, let me pick up your slack because you're going to pick up my slack at some
Exactly.
point. So, I feel like we are very lucky. I feel like we've made this work very well.
Y'all have, because I can even feel the synergy right now. Can't y'all feel the synergy? Like, check them out. Like, so, like, do y'all look at other duos to kind of model, like, just making sure y'all are working together? Like, who inspires you from, like, a work ethic perspective?
I don't even know. Like, what?
Well,
really?
we don't really look at duos. So I was watching this documentary, Timbaland, and he was talking about times when him and Missy Elliott just shut out from the world, didn't listen to any music, and they just made music from their mind. So we basically going off of us, because once you start allowing other factors to come in, you start comparing yourself to them. So the only thing we comparing ourselves to is ourselves.
I love that.
I think comparison ruins creativity. For
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're just constantly like, should we be doing that, or should we be, should this be how we are doing this, and should this be how we look? And when it's like that, the thing that's going to drive people to us is just being us, and and the new that we're bringing, not just they remind me of so and so. Because how many people you're going to bring the old fans of so and so, but you're not going to get the new people who are like, I've never seen this before.
Exactly. Like Channel 7's community is what we care about.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And y'all really do have a unique vibe, so it makes sense where it's like, hey, I'm just going to do my own thing.
Yeah.
That's it. So, like, I guess what is next? Like, where do you all want to go, or what is the big dream for Channel 7?
That's what we're
we got a lot of
in on right
avenues. Like,
now.
we love fashion, but we want to do it the way, like, upcycling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, instead of constantly, new material and stuff, we rather upcycle.
Okay.
Get new things, because you can create new things from old things. They're usually better.
Okay. That's a word.
And then everything's unique, Everything has its own flair to it.
Yeah.
Because this isn't just like a cut of a fabric that is like, 1 out of 1,000. This is like, this was made for you.
Or it might be your granddad's clothes, or
Right.
we have a a couch in our house. It's my grandparents' house, and my dad's jumped on this couch. Like this couch is so old, it's made out of cloth, like somebody knit it.
Dang.
Cloth
Okay.
and wood, literally.
And
Dang.
cloth and wood, and I've been thinking like, what can we do with this? Like we can take little patches and you can put it on a sweater or something like that. Like now I have my grandfather with me all the time. Like
Oh.
yeah, so.
So upcycling, it's so interesting because I feel like when people see a musical group or just a musician, they're not always thinking about clothing. They're not always thinking about sustainability. Is that something like kind of what drew you two together as well when it comes to passion?
Definitely, because we definitely bonded over thrifting. Like that was one of the first things we did when we hung out was we went thrifting, and it was like it was something we both loved to do.
Yeah.
And so he brought me to like his favorite one, and it always has been a conversation. I don't know. We care a lot about the earth.
Yeah.
And about where we're going as a society of people, as a race of people. It's like we want to, because you asked us where we see ourselves going, and I guess we want to make the world better than where we came into
exactly. Like you want to have a world to live in.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So
and our music shows that too. The
Please dive into
messages
it.
that we want to give out, and the vibes we want to give, the love we want to show, just to bring good messages to the world. I feel like our generation doesn't have the greatest role models.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't.
not to be like, we're role models, listen to us and follow us.
Yeah.
Because we just want you to look at us as being ourselves and find something in it, and be like, oh, I want to, that inspired me to do this. I'm not like, do this. It's just like, watch and see if you can relate to different things.
Yeah. I love it. It's like you really want to grow with folks, but really you want to build a better space so we have a place to grow in. Literally. So like walk me through those days where you're like, okay, like what am I doing? How are we doing this? Like what grounds you in times of uncertainty?
Making music.
There we go.
Yeah.
Like
family.
Yeah.
I love family. I love
I love his family.
Yeah, my family's so like, no matter what you're doing in your personal time or it doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be the worst person. You could be the greatest person.
Yeah.
But when we come together as a family, let's just be here in this space because we're together. You're still alive.
You don't need to explain yourself.
You don't have to explain what you're doing.
Are you healthy?
Are you breathing?
Good?
But yeah, that's what grounds me. Family, just being able to see them and all the things that they brought me. I want to continue to see those things and learn more because I'm still learning things from my parents. They telling me stories that I've never heard, that they forgot about. Now it's just coming up. So
that's beautiful.
Family,
Okay, so
and when we get to really sit down and make music, I feel like it brings me back to like, okay, we really got something here. We really are doing something here. Because, you get frustrated, like, this isn't going anywhere. We're not doing anything. And then you sit down with each other and you make a banger and it's like,
and y'all check out the bangers.
I think we're going to be all right.
Yeah. Because y'all have some bangers, okay? And it's just going to keep growing. Okay, period. So I guess, like, walk me through a day in the life of Channel 7. I know y'all do vlogs, so I've been following that. Like, y'all go between Chicago and New York, and I know there's other places. Like, walk me through, what does a typical day look like?
What does a typical day look like? Like, if we have a day where we get to just spend the day together, we love to be outside. We love to go do something, like, get out of the house.
It's giving nature.
Thrifting, for sure.
Definitely.
Thrift, like, every week.
We try to see as much of Chicago because Chicago is huge. So we try to see as much of new Chicago. Not new, but, new to us. But we, find, libraries in cuts and crevices of Chicago. Just exploring Chicago as much as possible. Yeah. Just to see how beautiful it is, because everybody's like, when we go to New York, they like, is Chicago as bad as it is? And it's like, is New York bad?
Right.
That's so irritating. What are I guess, I got a couple questions actually, because that sparks something. I think, what are the coolest spots you've seen? Or you talk about libraries, what are the coolest spots you've seen in Chicago?
What was that library that we went to?
It's I can't even remember the name of it, but it was a museum. It was a really big library, but it was for college students. It's not for everybody. It's for academics. You have to have a card to get in, and it's real books. It's huge textbooks and stuff. So we were like, well, let's just wander into this library, and they're like,
I'm trying to think where. Do y'all remember where it was?
What were we doing there?
We were over
I
by
may
the
not even
Cultural
know.
Museum.
It was by the Cultural Museum?
The Chicago Cultural Museum.
I believe so.
And then we found a park. It was a beautiful area. We found a park over there. We sat in the park for a little bit, and there was a water fountain. And it's just like everywhere you turn in this city is something
It's so beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Like
That's what I love
everywhere
to
you go,
hear.
you're gonna find something worth gawking at. Like,
Yeah.
but we went to the library, and they said we couldn't go in there, but they had a little museum in there that was like it was about like race,
the origin of race,
Yeah.
and why it isn't real. Like
Interesting.
we're all just people, but some places that Pingtown Park.
Pingtown Park,
Pingtown Park.
Chinatown,
Okay. Chinatown.
Chinatown period.
What's
It's
that
period.
one park we go to with the duck lake with.
Pasanio or something. Palmasano.
Because I'm making a list. I'm like, I need to go these places.
It's just, it's so
Yeah,
much.
we would have to write them down. There's a bunch of like nature places we
Yeah.
just go and just sit and.
Well, yeah, like we have our little staples, but it's like we will just take the train and like get off somewhere and just like, walk around
Yeah.
and see what we can find.
And I love the vlogs y'all do because I like really feel like I'm taking
Yeah.
it. So like,
Yeah.
can't wait for the next drop. Period.
Soon.
Like, so I want to take us back, right? Like, it's a little Marz, a little Coop, right? Walk me through the journey of like what got you to where y'all were like before y'all came together.
Okay. I mean, music. Like I said, I've been recentering art in my life. Music's always been a big part of that. Also, like I love filmmaking. I'm going to make films one day.
Okay, y'all check them out.
Going
Okay,
to.
shout out Marz.
Not want to. I'm going to.
Period.
Just art in general. All the art mediums, music, art, actual like paintings and photography.
Yeah.
I feel like has always been so important to me. And so as I got older, I was like, nothing else is gonna make me that happy,
You never wavered,
Like,
which is so inspiring to see like how you
Like,
stuck with it.
I have to do this. I have to wake up in the morning and be like, I get to go to work. Like, another work day. I don't want to wake up like, gosh, another day. Because it's just like, what is that? What life is that?
And like life is too short for that.
It's too short to be
Yeah.
waking up groaning about going into work,
Look.
That's just like every day. That's what I've done,
is.
So it's like I was like, I'm gonna make music. I'm gonna move to Chicago just to get out of Minnesota, not even for any reason, just to get out and explore and go someplace else and meet new people. So I guess I was just starting my adult life and just reaching into the abyss and seeing what I could find before I met Coop. Yeah.
But that takes like a lot of courage to go from
did.
Minnesota to Chicago. Like
That's all
you
I
just
got.
saying,
Are you
it is.
crazy?
What were people saying? What were you feeling? Like,
Grandma hated it. Mom hated it.
yeah, because you're leaving the house.
Yeah, it was like, are you sure?
She lived in
Yeah.
like this tiny closet.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah, when I first moved here, my room was like the size of that bathroom, if that. Like it was so small, like
You gotta start somewhere.
wingspan.
Dang.
Yeah, but it was worth it to me. I was like, I'm starting my life as an adult. I'm getting out there. I'm doing something new.
Yeah.
Something that nobody in my family did. So I felt like
Yeah.
I was, breaking some generational curse.
I was
with
just
that
about to
one.
say that's what it's giving. Yeah. Okay. Honestly, I'm so glad you shared that because I feel like there's so many people who are listening to this or it's like, do I take that jump? Or like, do it.
Do it.
Living proof,
Do it.
y'all. Living proof.
Do it.
Now, Coop, tell me more about you.
Let's see. Like I said, I grew up in Inglewood and
Yeah.
I got into some bad things here and there because I was the only boy. I didn't have nothing else to do.
Look, I mean,
Product
it's
of your
okay.
environment.
I was
Product of your
saying,
environment.
it's okay.
I did, I was a little quiet, sneaky kid. I
Okay.
did some bad things here and there.
Okay.
And I was thinking to myself, what do I want to do? Like, is this who I want to be? So when I got to I went to college for a little while.
Yeah.
And then I got that bill back and I was like,
Ooh.
Same
I-
experience I
I
had.
was supposed to be like,
is this what I want to do as well? Like, so I joined the military but I always loved music. My grandma was a bass guitarist and
wow. So it comes from the beginning.
her
For
name
some
is
names.
Dang.
Sandra Cassiano, and she's
Okay, shout
played
out to
with
Chandra.
big people. She got pictures with Red Fox, and
Dang.
she did a lot of things. And so music it's just always been in my house, like from going to festivals and
Yeah.
all of that. But I for some reason I just gave up music, and I went to the military and I did my service, and then I went through like a ton of depression at one point because I was gone for so long, and a bunch of my family members were passing away, but I couldn't go home. So
Wow.
I went through
That's
depression,
tough.
and music brought me back. Like just listening to beats. Some beats rolled past the screen on YouTube, and I started writing to them. And then before I knew it, I was making music, and that brought me out of depression. So
Wow.
that's how I'm.
Stick with it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I feel like that was the sign saying, like, no, this is for you.
Right.
This is your calling. Because, like, it's like depression happened when you were away from it as well.
Yeah.
But, like, it's beautiful that, like, that's what brought you out.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, period.
It's such a source. It's such a
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
therapy. It's just, I don't know. It connects so many people. I feel like it's like our strongest thing.
Yeah.
You know? Even not even just like music in general, but like our vibrations and our frequencies, and that's what music is. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so, I don't know. And we are gifted with it, and it's obvious that we're gifted with it. So it's like,
Y'all
why
very
not-
gifted with it,
Why
okay?
not use it? You know, why not use these
Exactly.
talents?
Okay, period. So y'all have like a very neo soul sound. Yeah. Okay. What do y'all, I guess, I'm trying to figure out the way to word this. What do you want your mark to be in neo soul and also any other genres as well? Just in music. Like, what do you want your stamp to be? You know, like Channel 7 was here.
I guess I don't want to be in a box. I don't want to be, like we always talk about when they start making like Channel 7 type beats, we want to be like, you know, like,
You want the to be
we
constantly
want
different.
to be like,
Yeah.
this is,
I like
there's
that.
no really way to pinpoint it. It's like
Yeah.
everyone you click on is like, oh, completely different sound. You know? 'Cause
Yeah.
it could be anything at Channel 7 beat.
Okay.
We don't want to stay in any certain box because we want to be able to be like, I found this country beat that I liked and I made music on it. And people aren't going to be like, what? They're going to be like,
Right.
that's so Channel 7.
I
Right.
like that. So I'm gonna just say music. I'm
Yeah.
not even gonna say a specific genre because y'all be channeling. All
So when
right.
we're doing music.
But I love neo soul though.
Yeah,
I wanted to
definitely.
become back. Like at some point, it felt like it was music.
Making
Like
it come back.
it
Yeah.
was the main stream of music,
Mm-hmm.
especially for Black people. I think. Like right now, we got drill rap, so that's what the kids are gonna portray.
Exactly.
They're gonna portray baggy pants and
Mm-hmm.
everybody. Even if I'm not that kind of guy, I'm gonna do it because
Right.
that's what's gonna bring me attention, or that's what's gonna give me a girl, or that's
Yeah.
what's gonna do. And when it was neo soul vibes, everybody wanted to be chill and
Right.
cool and relaxed, and that's how the block
Because
felt.
of soul
you know?
music.
Yeah.
That was soul food.
So yeah, I do.
Seems
wanna
like
bring that back.
effortless too, based off like
Yeah.
y'all's vibe too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, period. So like, how do y'all build your community? You know, like when you think about your listeners, how do y'all build that?
I guess it's just, I don't know if it sounds corny, but just being ourselves as much as we can.
It's not corny.
Not trying to facade it, you know, not
Yeah.
being like, what are they liking on TikTok, or what do they want to see on YouTube? You know, to some point, as a marketing standpoint,
Yeah.
you have to do that. But not being like, I'm doing this because I know it's going to give views. I'm doing this because this is what I put together and I'm going to put it out and they seem to like it. So I'm going to, you know, keep feeding them what they like.
Period.
But yeah, I'd
And-
say just trying to be ourselves.
And just being a person locally, well, I do a lot of stuff like I'll cut the whole block lawn and stuff. We do that in the summer. And
Okay,
we
period.
grow a garden. My dad grows a garden every summer. So
Nice.
we'll take that and we'll give that away. You know.
So like on the ground connection.
On
I
the
love
ground,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having a real community around you, people who actually know you.
Yeah.
Because you don't really have that anymore. We don't really know our neighbors. Coop always talk about,
Exactly.
you know somebody in China on the phone that you talk to every day, but you don't know your neighbor's name. You
Which
know?
is
You
wild.
couldn't even go ask for a cup of sugar. They'd be like, I don't even know if you live next to her.
Right.
Exactly.
You know? Or if anything happens, I can't be like, help me. They're like, I don't know who you are. You know?
Exactly.
So, you know, getting that community, that sense of community back, phones kind of ruin that because, you know, you can just, everything's on the phone. I don't need to know who you are. I have 60 friends on my phone.
Yeah. Versus like, you know, how can we focus on just getting to
Yeah.
know each other? And I want to say y'all do a great job because when I see y'all's content, I feel like, oh, I'm traveling with Coop and Marz. Like, oh, we doing this? Okay,
I
babe.
love
Oh, we
that.
see this. We do this. So like, I'm just excited to see y'all continue to grow. So tell me why like Channel 7. Like that's such a cool name.
Coop came up with that one.
Channel is the frequency between us. Like
Oh.
we're on the same frequency all the time. Like
Yeah, like
sometimes
our
she
brain
finish
wave.
my words.
Okay.
Sometimes she texts me exactly what I was thinking somehow. I don't know how, but she does it. And 7 is
channel.
because 7 is the number of perfection, and our sounds together is perfect. So.
Yeah.
I love that. Everyone here is like, dang. Like, okay, first of all, that's a dope day at the meeting. Oh, okay. I can't wait to watch this back. All right. And then tell me more about Motto, your newest release.
Motto, it's actually one of my favorite songs that we've ever done. We just finished recording it the other night, and I don't know, I feel like you guys are going to love that song. Like, I feel like that song is going to do something for us, especially with the music video.
Yeah.
It's a real groovy, slow. The lyrics mean something. The lyrics, if you listen to it, you're like, okay.
Yeah, it's almost like an argument.
Yeah.
Right? Like I was kind of complimenting her,
but then he throws in something about how I'm a handful. He's really talking good stuff to me, but then he's like kind of a handful, and I'm like.
It's like talking about handful.
And my whole verse is like,
goes off.
well, let me tell you what I think.
Okay, period. I'm excited to see Motto. Okay.
It's going to be great, yeah.
Yes. Well, give it up again for Channel 7. So what advice do you have to our viewers, especially our viewers that like want to be musicians?
Again, it might be corny. I know it is not corny, but it just like sounds kind of corny. Yeah. Just be you as much as you can, because you're never going to draw a real audience to yourself that's going to stay with you and want to like keep watching and keep coming back if you're not being you, because it's just going to get old.
Yeah.
It's just going to be like, well, so-and-so's doing that. Like, I don't need to tune into them because I see that here. Mm-hmm. It's like, if I want to see something like that, if I want to feel that vibe, I have to come to this YouTube channel. I have to come to this, this music, you know? So be you as much as you can, because it's obviously hard, but it's like, just give them you, be authentic,
Spend that money, it's worth
it. Spend the money, it's worth it. It's worth it in the end.
Money.
Be reasonable, if you really have a dream and you really got the talent and the drive, go for it, do it. Nothing's holding you back but you.
Exactly.
That's what I
Period.
That's what I have to tell myself. Nothing's holding you back except for you. Like, that's it.
What a word. For real. Yeah. And we on the Everyday is a Yay show, okay? How do y'all make every day a yay?
When we wake up, I can see her every morning.
Me and outside.
That was one of the best answers.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Okay,
I would say, again, maybe I'm the corniest person in the world, but I keep having to say this. I know it's corny, but
it's
just
okay.
Bringing positivity everywhere and always finding the positive in everything, because it is always a positive of everything, no matter how hard it is. And that might sound like, but you're, but it really is a positive in everything. There is something you can be like, but at least I have a car to drive to. At least I have a roof over my head. At least I have food in my stomach.
Like being grateful.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't like this situation, but at least I have this person to text and call and rant to,
Yeah.
It only brings more positivity into your life when you give it out. That's what I've found.
Y'all literally are the essence of Everyday's Yay. Like, for real. Like, everything y'all say, like, give it up. Like,
this is great.
Period. So how can we support you?
Channel 7 Music, everything, right?
Yes.
TikTok, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Channel 7 Music.
Yeah.
And all our links are on Instagram.
Yeah.
So.
Solo music Marz, solo music Coop, and we're Channel 7 together, yep.
Okay, it's Channel 7! Y'all give it up again for Channel 7! So since we all about community, I also want to give a shout out to our special guest and supporter.
What's going on?
Brandon.
This is Brandon. Poetry by Brandon on Instagram.
Great.
If you've seen a picture of ours that you like, you probably took it.
More than likely.
More than likely.
You can find me at Poetry by Brandon on all platforms, type of deal. I do poetry, photography, DJ, all that stuff.
Okay, period.
Artists in the building.
Yeah,
Period. Yes! All right. Well, thank you all so much for being on another episode of Everyday's a Yay. And remember, you have the power to make every day a yay! Woo!